Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So this is going to be the yearly forecast for Cancers. As usual, this applies to Sun, Moon and Rising Cancers, as well as to everyone who has a lot of Cancer in their chart, because I'm tapping into general Cancer energy here. Feel free to switch roles. So when I'm talking about some person coming towards you, or when I'm talking about a person who has a certain energy, it could as well be yourself, your own energy, or the other way around. So try to flip it around if it makes sense for you, if it resonates for you. And in general, I am reading from a 5D perspective, so I'm more or less tapping into your soul level and see what's going on there, what kind of blockages there are, how your soul journey progresses, rather than a 3D perspective where I say, this is going to happen to you on an outward kind of level, if that makes sense as well. Okay guys, so here we go. The general energy for you guys in the year 2020 is one of looking at things that are hidden, because we've got the iceberg here, and the iceberg, it says submerged, deals with things that are suppressed a little, things that are hidden from plain sight. So this is for most of you dealing with hidden emotions, with things that you haven't wanted to take a look at for quite some time. But I feel that in the next year, these feelings, these repressions are coming up, because we are coming more and more into a state of higher frequency where these things no longer can persist, even if they are suppressed. They are coming to the surface now for you to heal, for you to look at and integrate. So with the iceberg, there's a lot of things that are still a little bit repressed for you guys, but they are coming to show here. And as a spirit animal, we've got the owl. It speaks about abundance, about wealth, about good fortune. So there's also this kind of fulfillment that's coming toward you. I have the feeling that you're gonna be working a lot on yourself and on this mirroring images and on your shadows, and there's a lot of wisdom as well with the owl. So there's the chance for you to grow on a soul level in the next year. There's a chance for you to learn from your shadows, integrate them and become whole again, and have this abundance, this good fortune. It also speaks about generosity and trust, being able to be open towards others, either giving, but also receiving, and also a lot of trust in other people. So I think that you are opening up this year. Let's look at the months. We've got January here, and we've got as a main card the moon on the water. And the first thing that strikes me here is the reflection on the water of the moon. And the moon speaks about hidden things, about secrets sometimes. I feel for most of you, these are your repressed feelings that we've got with the iceberg here as well. It's reflected, and this reflection is the mirroring again. So I think you might come across a lot of people that might trigger you in a way, especially in January. I feel most of you are already there when you watch this before January. I feel that you already have those people in your life that kind of set you off, that make you ask yourself what is wrong with them. But usually you can let them do their own thing and just look at what makes you feel that way. Okay? So yeah, there's a lot of hidden things going on. For some, this can not only be suppressed emotions, but for others, this can be secrets that other people have. Or maybe these are your own secrets, like in your mind, and not speaking about emotions. So it could be one way or the other. So this is pretty similar to the iceberg we had for the whole year, for the whole energy of 2020. And this card, the moon, also speaks to me about insights into life, about the human psyche, and about a rebirth and transformation. It's kind of, you are working on your shadows here, and you are finally grasping what the other people are, that the other people are just here to make you learn something about yourself, because that's the whole thing. They are not here to annoy you, they are here to show you what can I heal within myself? What is not integrated? And we've got this clarified by the Knight of Swords in a reverse. So the Knight of Swords is a card that speaks about movement, about action, about moving forward. If in the reverse, it tells me that there's a kind of stagnation here, kind of frustration. You wish that things would be moving on, but they are not, because you are still stuck here with this moon, with looking into your shadows. So there's maybe a little waiting period. There is no moving forward here in a situation because you still have to figure out your shadows. Okay? So in January there will be a lot of inner work that you will be doing, and you will look at your shadows and have the opportunity to heal here. Big opportunity. All right, we'll move on to February, and this looks really good because we've got the wheel here. The Wheel of Fortune speaks of moving forward, of transformation, as we said. So this is a continuation from January. After you have dealt with your shadows and with your fears, with your repressed emotions, with your secrets, or with other people's secrets maybe, there is moving forward. The sun is coming up here, and there's a kind of a fresh start, or it feels like you have a renewed sense of self here with this card. It feels like spring is coming already. And this is clarified by the Two of Cups. This speaks of a union, of harmony. So there's a lot of positivity with these two cards here. The Wheel of Fortune being a major arcana card. Anyways, you've got a lot of major arcana cards in this spread. And like for all the other signs I've done so far, the next year is going to be a really huge year for transformation and for soul work. It's going to be really important for all of us. So looking forward to it. So yeah, there is a change coming ahead, and this also speaks of good fortune, the Wheel of Fortune. So again, with the owl we had the good fortune, the abundance. So there is a forward movement here because the wheel is turning in the right direction. You're moving on from the past, from whatever was holding you back here with the Knight of Swords in reverse. And you are a part of this change. You can make it happen. If you don't work with it, if you resist it, the change cannot happen. So be open to the change, embrace it, and try to look forward to the new by integrating the old and healing it. So the Two of Cups is a kind of harmony, union of sorts. Could be you're meeting someone you really get along with on whatever level that is. This is about a connection, about a commitment even, I feel, with these thingies here that are wrapped around the Two Cups. This is making a commitment towards someone. Could be love, of course. Screams love with the Two of Cups, basically, and the commitment, but for some it can also be a kind of a business union. This is positive, okay? Whatever happens here, whatever new comes into your life, whatever change comes here, whatever union you're getting into, this is good. This is in perfect harmony. This is at one level. You are really getting along here. And for some, this can also be just inner harmony with yourself. You're getting along with yourself because you have integrated your shadows here. So this is a very positive month for you guys in February. It's really beautiful. And we've got March coming up. And yeah, it kind of goes on. With the Four of Stones here, talking about protection. Clarified by the Four of Spears, so 2 fours. This is security, stability, and I know that's really important for you, Cancers. So you've got a lot of stability and security in March. Could be provided by someone else to you, could be you providing security and a sense of stability towards others. I have the feeling for most of you, you are feeling protected, you are feeling at home after all the work you've done. You are at a good place here. You are celebrating. You have that kind of stability that you've always yearned for. So it seems that March is going to be a very, very lovely month for you as well. There's a lot of safety, and even if times are hard, because life is up and down all the time, and it's good and the bad, like we said. And even if the times are hard, you feel protected. You feel stable and emotionally grounded here. Whatever happens, you can do this in March. It feels very, very stable, even through hard times here. These cards just ask you to keep the faith here, have trust, and even this shall pass. If there's something, some kind of test coming towards you here. So this is a lot about home and security, about support and protection, and even happiness here and celebration. Okay? Very lovely month. So you're starting quite well into the new year, guys. Very positive. In April, we've got the Two of Vessels, again the Two of Cups in the reverse. It talks about attraction, and it's clarified by the Four of Swords. So here maybe there is a disruption in April. Could be that you feel that this harmony that we had in February is kind of not there anymore, that there's a kind of imbalance here, either with someone else or with yourself. It seems that you're out of touch, either with your spirituality or with another person. And whenever this happens, try to just take a rest here. This card, the Four of Swords in the reverse, talks about resting, about concentrating on yourself here, healing, taking time for yourself, and rejuvenating and re-energizing here. So for some of you that means take a break if you can from work, go on a holiday if you can. It might just be enough to lay down after lunch for a bit if you can, and rest and do some meditation, whatever makes you feel whole again, because imbalance just happens if you are out of touch with your spirituality and with the trust in the universe, basically. So whatever happens on the outside, try to retreat within yourself and find your happiness within yourself here by taking care of yourself and by just taking a time out here. Alright, and we're going to be moving on. This is May. And in May we've got the Sun of Life here. Look at that. That's so positive. That's the most positive card in the whole deck. The Sun card, and clarified by the Eight of Swords. So I feel that after whatever you're going through, hi Mooney, whatever you, after you, oh Jesus, come on now. Ugh. Okay, so after whatever you've experienced here with these Two of Cups in reverse, this imbalance, the sun is shining again. It feels even as if you are enlightened here, as if you've learned something major from this experience. And yeah, don't distract me. Hi. Okay. Yeah, this speaks about joy, enlightenment, even about good health. Come on. And like I said, for many of you, this is about enlightenment, about growing here, that you can rely on yourself. And to me, this is the sun that you let into your shadows. So this is kind of a wholeness. Look at the heart here. The heart is really bright. I feel that you are really integrating your shadows, or have done that work already. And now you're feeling whole again and have this sense of enlightenment and joy and happiness, of course. Very beautiful. And it's clarified by the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a reminder to not get caught up in your head again by your negativity, by negative thinkings, by old thought patterns here. It feels like you're looking at what's keeping you trapped. Maybe you are realizing even more here what's going on in your way of thinking. And I feel that you're dealing with that in a very positive way. It's just a reminder here, it's because it's just a clarifier. So the main card is the Sun. It's a very positive energy. And yeah, the Eight of Swords is just a kind of, I think that you are reflecting what's happening and what you could do better in your way of thinking here to keep your energies up and to keep happy. Okay, so again, the shadows a little bit, but the sun is prevailing in any case. Okay, so this was May. What's going on in June? In June, we've got the Two of Arrows in the reverse, speaking about injustice, but it's in the reverse, so we will see. And it's clarified by the Six of Swords. So you're definitely moving away from some sort of injustice here. And with the lady blindfolded, in the major card, this is about you finally seeing stuff. I feel it's the whole topic again that's kind of repeating. It's you looking at your shadows, you realizing that your way of thinking might be detrimental for yourself. You're facing some kind of truth here, and I feel this is a truth about yourself, your way of thinking. You're taking this blindfold off. And the Six of Swords always talks about moving on to better things, to better places, to better times. And with the swords, this has to do with the mind, and the arrows represent swords as well. So this is your way of thinking that you are changing here. You are finally seeing that it's all happening in your mind, and all this negativity that you probably weren't even aware of with the blindfold here. You are seeing it now, and you're moving away very aware and very consciously. You're becoming aware of things here again. Wow, very strong year for you. Lovely. Okay, we've got the 10 of arrows here. This is July. It talks about instruction, and it's clarified by the Ace of Swords. So the 10 of arrows is the 10 of swords. It usually speaks about the end of something, and as we said, the swords represent the way of thinking. So there's definitely an ending here about the way of thinking. And in this special card here in this deck, it's about passing on skills and knowledge from generation to generation, like a father passes on hunting skills to his son in this particular example here. But it's just about knowledge here, and about I think this is the end of unconsciousness, so to speak, for you, of being unaware of what's going on within you. So this is a lot of knowledge coming towards you, the end of old thought patterns, basically. Especially with this clarifier, the Ace of Swords, it speaks of truth, of new ideas, new ways of thinking. So you're definitely moving on towards some kind of new idea, a kind of new truth. You are finding your own truth here, basically. And the old way of thinking is done, and you're moving towards with just more ideas, with more positivity here in July. So we've got August coming up with the Queen of Arrows in the reverse, the Swan, and it's clarified by the 7 of Swords. So the Queen of Arrows here, the Swan, is about truths that need to be spoken. The Queen of Swords is someone who is can be very harsh, clearly sets her boundaries, and in the reverse usually it's more or less the opposite. But I don't have the feeling here with this card, not for you guys, that you have a lack of boundaries. I don't feel that. It's more about being clear on what you want and expressing that to others, standing firm in your truth and speaking your truth. Letting other people know what you want and being clear about it without being too harsh here. And this is the clarifier. It's the 7 of Swords, usually talking about deceit, about trickery. It just feels that you are not taking any bullshit with this Queen of Swans here. You are kind of blocking all the bullshit out. You are not taking any lies, any secrets. For those of you who resonated with the secret part of the iceberg and the moon in January. So you are not taking any bullshit. You cannot be deceived anymore. You are standing firm in your truth. You are speaking your truth. You are staying strong for what you believe in, and you're pretty hard to deceive here, by others or by yourself even. So you are not falling into old patterns anymore here. Very nice. Love that. So look at that. The sun's coming up again. This is September. The King of Vessels, the Heron. So the King of Vessels is the King of Cups. This is being totally emotionally stable, having your emotions under control, but not suppressing them, knowing about your emotions, honoring them, but just not letting them rule your life anymore. So after you've dealt with all those suppressed emotions, I feel that you are now in a very stable, very secure place emotionally. This is very positive, guys. This is about fairness and honesty as well, especially in this deck with the Heron card. I hope I pronounced that rightly. Sorry, guys, for my English. So fairness, honesty, and also compassion and diplomacy. So not judging other people, like we said before, if they are a mirror for your suppressed emotions that are not integrated, but you have compassion. You let people do their own thing. You are concentrating on yourself and just enjoying life with the Sun card here. So beautiful. This is so happy. This is so bright. There's a lot of success and optimism, and you are just enjoying life. So this is kind of a new version of yourself. You have gotten rid of all those negative belief systems that were kind of dragging you down in the past. You have dealt with your shadows. You are now in a very stable ground. This is so beautiful. Love that. You're gonna have a pretty awesome year next year, Cancers. And this is October. So we've got the Nine of Bows reversed, the Respect card, clarified by the Two of Coins. So this is balance, this is self-respect. Yeah, this is just getting a deeper insight into yourself, into your own soul. It's about honoring yourself, honoring your emotions and all parts of it, not just the good parts, also the shadows. It feels like you have gotten this sense of wholeness here, that you are perfect by being imperfect, like we all are. We all have our shadows, we all have our flaws. It's okay, but you have got a lot of self-respect here and know about all that. You are very, very wise here in this new year and just gaining some deeper insights into your own psyche here. And the Two of Coins speaks to me about harmony and balance. It's not only about keeping things in check and having a lot on your plate and just juggling that, like this card usually implies for you. This is kind of an inner balance, an inner harmony. You're coming into harmony with yourself. You are finally finding your true self. It's about being whole and becoming whole here and getting a lot of wisdom. Very lovely. So the positive phase continues even till the end of the year, it seems. Okay, let's see what comes up in November. We've got the Knight of Stones here with the Horse card, very powerful, very grounded energy, and the Nine of Coins, very beautiful again. So Pentacles usually speaks about traditional values, about being grounded, about a sense of security again, which is so important for you guys. And it's also someone who's very detail-oriented. Could be you, could be someone else. I feel that you're very grounded, very driven. Yeah, you're doing your thing with a kind of a stability, emotion-wise. And this is clarified by the Nine of Coins. So there's a lot of self-care, a lot of activity. You're standing strong, you're independent here. So it seems like you are doing your own thing, you are grounded, you know what you want, you're doing it your own way, very detail-oriented, very maybe a bit slower than other people would do it. You're not rushing ahead. You are very grounded though, and very much know about your self-worth here, your self-respect. This is you doing yourself and being in your bubble and just enjoying it. It's really pretty here. Lovely. This is November. So we're coming to the end of the year. The Pole Star, another major arcana card, clarified by the Devil. Again, a major arcana card. So the Pole Star, this is about having faith and trust. It's about following your dreams with the Star card. In this particular deck and in your situation, Cancers, I'm feeling this has to do with spiritual knowledge that you have gained throughout the year, that you're still gaining in the month of December next year. And you have gone through this big change and there's a lot of hope, and you are going on this journey with a lot of hope, with a lot of trust. So you're coming out stronger at the end of the year. Stronger in your beliefs and stronger in your security, you know. Faith and trust comes from the root chakra. This deals with security, with stability, with grounding yourself. And I feel that you are very grounded, or gaining this groundedness in the course of the year. And you're moving ahead with a renewed kind of hope in your life, in the universe. And the Devil card here. speaks about attachments. It's in the upright. Usually when it's in the reverse, it deals about liberation, but it's in the upright here. So this could be a kind of a challenge for some of you, kind of old negative thought patterns rising up, but keep rooted in your trust and in your hope. Do not let them come up. This could be someone who tempts you. I have the strong feeling for you this is a sexual thing. Might be for one or two only. This is about indulgence. Indulging in some sort of, I don't know, drugs, alcohol, whatever. Like I said, sexual things. Everything's fine, just don't do something that's detrimental to you and to your health. So try to keep up this hope and this positivity, and don't let anyone tempt you into something that's dragging you down energetically here. So I feel this is kind of a battle between good versus evil in a kind of metaphoric way here. So this could be a test for some of you to keep on your path, to keep focused on yourself, on your spirituality. So yeah, whatever this is, I think you can do this. You are strong enough to withhold the temptation, to let yourself get dragged down. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with indulging into something from once in a while, having wild sex, if that's your thing. Nothing wrong with that, but just try to take good care of yourself and don't fall back into old patterns, and don't let yourself get dragged down energetically here, whatever you're doing, okay? This is what I'm getting. You can stay on your path, have trust in the universe, connect yourself with whatever you believe in. And yeah, really beautiful. So this is going to be a very, very strong year for you guys. Very lovely, I think. There's a lot to learn here, and I wish you all the best for the next year. If this kind of resonated with you, if you like this, please like the video, share, subscribe, and I would also like to hear from you. Comment if you like, send me a mail. Bye guys.